God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you. But there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows.
Welcome to Season 3, Episode 39 of Your Journey Is Not Over. My name is Tanya Pearson Randolph. This is my own personal journey. This is my healing journey, and the expressions and opinions are of my own. I own all the rights to my personal journey, to my healing journey, and to Your Journey Is Not Over. Neither of the three are to be used, copied, nor edited in any way without my consent. Please bear with me today. I have a touch of bronchitis, so I'm not as long-winded as I normally am. As I was taught so many years ago in the radio station, the show must go on. So all aboard. Here we go. Jumping right back into that time in my life that is now, by the grace of God, it is now just a memory. And I pray if you are suffering an incomplete lockdown, that one day this part of your journey will be just a memory to you too. What I do remember, those days are long days, but mentally, what do? We accept it and stay confined to the safety of our homes. That's also where my term, delayed reactions to trauma, comes in. We become scared of that big cold world outside our cities, our home. I did, and starting at such a young age, and being born into chaos, total dysfunction, in my case, at the highest levels, and subjected to trauma after trauma. Well, again, in my case, I survived the best I could. So my mind was taught, and I learned survival mode. Show no fear, feel no fear, get through it by any means necessary, and keep moving, again, like nothing ever happened. What I should have felt throughout all those years, I didn't. But that fear finally caught up with me. I relate it to being put on a battlefield at an early age and made to fight your entire life. Yes, there were fleeting moments where you got to come off that battlefield, take a break. But then something happened on your journey where you were then thrown back onto the battle, ready or not, and your whole mission is to survive. That's all you know your whole life. And once off of the battlefield, retreated into the safety of our homes, well, it makes it mentally, not physically impossible to want to even step back out to this big cold world. It's not all bad. And if you're anything like me, I've had a lot of amazing people. I call them angels sent from God to help me, to assist me, to love me, to guide me, exactly at the moments along my journey that I needed them the most. And most complete strangers whom I was supposed to meet and lean on for that love, for that support, for that guidance, that reassurance. Remember, nothing nor anyone is ever a coincidence. It's all by design. So no matter how fleeting the moments are. So yes, I do know and remember that feeling of complete safety for the very first time in my life. That's what lockdown brings us. Not comfort, not a peace of mind. No, because you spend your days wanting and wishing your old life back, who you were before this. You spend your days trying to analyze and make sense of it. I can honestly say, I don't remember ever one time thinking about my past traumas, how all of that led me up to this. No, it wasn't a thought. My feelings were fear, complete fear, and I couldn't even explain why. My mother, the one who wanted me dead, was deceased. So one would think that would have eliminated my fears, but it didn't. I became scared of car wrecks, places getting robbed while I was in there. I know it sounds crazy to me now, but you name it, I thought of it, I'm sure. I played it out in my head of all the things that possibly could go wrong, could happen outside my city, my home. That fear kept me stuck. That fear outweighed my want to get back out into the world, back into my normal, happy life. That fear dictated my life. It took complete control, and it left me helpless, and with no knowledge as to how nor why I was feeling this. A sudden fear to leave my home. No knowledge, as I said, as to how to deal with, to process, to reflect, to understand, and to heal and release all of my past traumas. All the fear that I must have felt and stored and compartmentalized and moved on from my entire life all came out all at once. Even though the person who inflicted so much pain, so many traumas, so much damage to me, again, the person that wanted me dead for financial gain, was now deceased. There was no active threat on my life at that time. All I felt was fear, real fear. So much so that I can remember a period of 6 months one time that I didn't step out my door, not once. I can also remember wanting to, trying to. I would get ready, be dressed, shoes on, wallet and keys in my hand, and I couldn't make myself open the front door even. Many times I thought I'd talked myself into, today's the day. Today I am leaving this house. I'm going somewhere. To the store, to the dollar store, a drive through for food, anywhere. But, ready or not, I couldn't overcome the fear enough to even begin to step out my front door. Truly, at that time, walking out that front door felt like I was volunteering to step back out into that battlefield. I had no fight left. I had essentially surrendered to this fear. I now know fear is the devil playing tricks on our minds, our souls, and our self confidence. Fear tells us, as the devil, that we can't do it. Therefore, we won't. God tells us, with Him, all things are possible. We must trust and believe and follow God. As my grandma always said, you're not brave unless you're scared, child. Be brave always. Her meaning was no matter if you're scared, move forward. Where God lead, you shall follow. And once you do, and then looking back, you will see how brave you truly are. I do not own the rights to the things I chose to share today. I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. They are plans of peace and not disaster. Plans to give you a future filled with hope. That's Jeremiah 29:11. I say this with my whole heart. I don't judge anyone's darkness. I've seen my own, and it almost took me with it. When you feel stronger, more confident, you show up differently. And then your whole life begins to change. One of the things I'm most grateful for is that I didn't turn out as a monster. I could have used all those traumas as an excuse. God gave me a pure heart and soul, and nothing nor anyone can change how God built me. The person I am today couldn't have saved the person I was 10 years ago. I wasn't ready to listen. I needed every lesson, every heartbreak, every mistake, and every hard truth. I needed to fall, to fail, to hurt, to grow. Because without those battles, I wouldn't be who I am today. And for the first time ever, I'm proud of me. Be proud of yourself too. No lesson in life comes without a cost. So when I say, life taught me, you better believe I paid the price. Life is not about having everything perfect. It's about finding beauty in imperfect moments and growing through every challenge. Be grateful, be kind, and please always be you. Your dreams aren't waiting for someday, they're waiting for you. Please join me Thursday to where I celebrate 160 episodes and 2 years of doing my podcast. Again, please join me Thursday, listen in, and always remember your journey is not over. God bless.
God only knows what you've been through. God only knows knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you. But there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been